God. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and the highest honor to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM Kakadash, double honors to my elders and apostles and teachers of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akiram across the world who are spreading this knowledge, and may the election be upon your households. Shalom. Okay, so today I want to talk about what happens after you die. I want to talk about the reincarnation, and for that we're going to grab some precepts, because people think that when you die, you either go to heaven or to hell. And that hell is a so-called place with fire and demons, and Satan is there, stuff like that. That's all a lie, man. That's being pushed in the churches and in the Quran also. You know, the people of the Islam think that also. Okay, but that's a big lie actually. Okay, because reincarnation is real. Yeah, you die, they go back into the spirit world. Everybody that dies goes into the spirit world. Okay, and when you are there, you receive your judgment, and then after a while you come back on this earth being born again, and there you will get the things you deserved. Okay, so to clarify that, we're gonna go into some precepts today, and I want to start off with Job 14 verse 14. If a man die, shall he live again? So that's a question. If a man die, shall he live again? Okay, reading on. All the days of my appointed time will I wait till my change comes. So what do you think? If you die, shall you live again? Well, to answer that, we're gonna go to some precepts, as I was saying. Okay, so let me see. I want to start with Ecclesiastes 3. Let me see. Let me start at verse 14. The point is actually in 16. Verse 14. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it. And the Most High doeth it, that man should fear before him. That which hath been is now, and that which is to be hath already been. And the Most High required that which is past. Verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment. So reading it again. And moreover, I saw under the sun. So what is under the sun? The earth is under the sun, okay? The place of judgment. So that means the earth itself is the place of judgment. Okay? Reading on. That wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. So wickedness and righteousness is on the earth. Okay? So you're getting judged. You're getting your judgment. How do you say that? You sentence your judgment on the earth. Okay? Reading on, verse 17. I said in mine heart, the Most High shall judge the righteous and the wicked. For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work. You see, so the Most High judges the righteous and the wicked, okay? So we're gonna jump to verse 19, because everything that lives dies at a certain point, okay? So in that let me just read it. Verse 19. For that which befalleth the sons of men befalleth beasts. Even one thing befalleth them. So there is one thing we all have in common with the animals and stuff like that, with life on earth. As the one dieth, so dieth the other, you see? So the animals die as well as humans die. They have all one breath, so that a man hath no preeminence above a beast, for all is vanity. So this means that we are not, higher than beasts concerning death, because we all die. You see? Not that beasts are over us, or that we are equal to beasts, to animals, but we are equal in the way of that we all die. Okay? And animals, when they die, they almost reincarnate back immediately. Okay, so that's why you gotta leave Mother Nature alone also. It's the circle of life, as they like to say, right? Verse 20. All go unto one place. All are of the dust, and all turn to dust again. So we were formed out of the earth. Yeah, when you die, your fleshly body goes into the ground, and your spiritual, your spirit, your soul goes up. Okay, unto the Most High, the Father of spirits. Okay, because when you how do you say that? Wait, let me read verse 21, then grab another precept. Because the spirit of the man goes up, who knoweth the spirit of man that goeth upward. You see? So when you die, your spirit goes up. You don't go down to hell or stuff like that. Okay? And the spirit of the beast that goeth downward to the earth. So this is again talking about the reincarnation. And we're gonna go to Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7. Okay? To show it again. This is Ecclesiastes 12 verse 7. Then shall the dust return to the earth as it was. So your fleshly body is gonna go back into the earth, but your spirit and the spirit shall return unto the power who gave it. So wait a minute, doesn't everybody have a soul? So when you die, your soul returns to the Most High, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, okay? So let me see. Because when you go to the spiritual world, you have a spiritual house there, a spiritual body, ready for you. Okay, let's grab that real quick in 2 Corinthians 5 verse 1. Come, for we know that if our earthly body, fleshly body of this tabernacle were dissolved, so when this body dies, we have a building of the Most High, a house not made with hands, eternal in the heavens. So when we die, our spirit goes into the heavens, and we have a spiritual body up in the heavens, waiting for us. Okay. So actually, when you live again, some people might think like, reincarnation, so you can come back as an animal or a spider, stuff like that. No, you just come back as what you were at the beginning of times. So when you created a man, you come back a man. When you created a female, you come back a female. Okay? When you created an Israelite man, you come back an Israelite man in your family. Okay? To clarify that. As a matter of fact, let's go to that in 1 Corinthians actually, and let me see, 15 verse 39, I think. Gone. Okay, verse 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men. So you have the flesh of humans, another flesh of beasts. So you have another flesh of animals, and another of fishes, and another of birds. You see? So there are different types of flesh. So a spirit of a human is not gonna go into the spirit of an animal. Okay? Verse 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. So the angels here, they have infinite power. They hearken unto the Most High. They do everything the Most High tells them. They have power, stuff like that. They can't die. They don't sleep. They don't have sex, stuff like that. Okay, but the terrestrial, that is talking about the body that does need these things, does need food, does need sleep, sex, also stuff like that. Okay, so those are two different things also. So let me see what I got more. Yeah, because I was saying like the things you did in your past life, right? They are gonna come back to you when you live again. But here it is. Some people think like, I can do whatever the fuck I want. YOLO. You only live once, stuff like that. This is some bullshit, man. So they think they're gonna get away with everything they're doing, right? So this is Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. So judgment against evil things is not seen fast enough. Therefore, the heart, the mind of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. So that is why people just sin and do whatever the fuck they want, thinking like, oh, this is my only life, only chance, live your life to the fullest, stuff like that. They don't see that it's gonna come back for them, okay, at a certain point, because they're gonna be brought back to reincarnation into the third or the fourth generation. Okay, as a matter of fact, let's go to that in Exodus. Let me see, 20, verse 5. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy power, am a jealous power, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. So the iniquity of the fathers is gonna go onto the third and the fourth generation. But that means that when you die, you come back the third or the fourth generation. Okay, this is not saying that it's gonna come upon your son, because that son, that is you. Okay, that is your spirit coming back into that fleshly body. You see? Let's go to Exodus 34, verse 7. Let's start at verse 6. And the Most High passed by before him and proclaimed, the Most High YAHAWAH, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth, keeping mercy for thousands, forgiving iniquity and transgression and sin, and that will by no means clear the guilty. You see, so by no means are you gonna get away with the things that you have done. Okay? Visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children and upon the children's children unto the third and the fourth generation. So in the third or the fourth generation, you are going to be reincarnated, and the things that you have done in your past life are going to come back when you are born again. You know, so here this you might see someone being born with one leg, or he can walk his whole life. You know, isn't that torment enough for him? Do you think that he's gonna die and also gonna go to a place called hell where you're gonna burn forever? No, man, that doesn't make any sense when you think about it. Okay, so he's not gonna clear the guilty by no means. So what comes around goes around, right? Okay, let me go to Ezekiel 18, because you still might think like, oh, that's not fair, because what does those children have to do with their forefathers, stuff like that? No, first of all, you are your forefather. Okay, this is Ezekiel 18, starting at verse 19. Yet say ye, why doth not the son bear the iniquity of the father? When the son had done that which is lawful and right, and hath kept all my statutes, and hath done them, he shall surely live. The soul that sinneth, it shall die. You see, the son shall not bear the iniquity of the father, neither shall the father bear the iniquity of the son. Okay, so the sins that you have done are gonna come back for you when you are being born again, on your soul. Okay, not of someone else's soul, on your soul. The righteousness of the righteous shall be upon him, and the wickedness of the wicked shall be upon him. Okay, so that's showing you again what I was telling you, like it's gonna come back on your own soul. And also in Deuteronomy, I believe it. In Deuteronomy, I believe it also says that. Let me see if I can grab this. Let me see. Deuteronomy 24, verse 16. It's gonna show you again. Yes, this is Deuteronomy 24, verse 16. The father shall not be put to death for the children. You see, clear. That's just point blank. Neither shall the children be put to death for the fathers. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. Okay, so you're gonna die for the sins that you have committed, and you're gonna come back, basically to sit out your sentence on the earth. You know, bad things are gonna come on your path to punish you, or it might be to strengthen you. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. And I was actually thinking about another precept. Let me see if I remember it. Wait a minute, where is it? Let me see. Because I was talking about like that you might think like, oh, that's unfair because some people are born this way or that way, they can do nothing about it, they are just born like that. No, for everything is a reason. Okay, you don't know what they did in their past lives for them to be born like this, or for things to happen in their life. Okay, So you might think like, oh, someone has a new baby and the baby all of a sudden dies. That might be the judgment of that person for something he did in his past life. Okay? So there's nothing unrighteous with the Most High. Let me grab that. Unrighteousness. Out of? Wait a minute. Unrighteous. The fuck is this? God forbid. God, this is Romans 9 verse 14. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with the Most High? The Most High forbid. Okay, there's no unrighteousness with the Most High. Everything happens for a reason and everything is righteous. Okay? So let me see. Let me go back to Ezekiel 18. Let me see, 18. Starting at verse 21. But if the wicked will turn from all his sins that he hath committed, and keep all my statutes, and do that which is lawful and right, he shall surely live, he shall not die. So when a wicked man, turns from his sin, okay, and do that which is lawful, he shall surely live, he shall not die. And all his transgressions that he hath committed, they shall not be mentioned unto him. In his righteousness that he hath done, he shall live. Okay, so you can repent. That is why it's called repenting, coming back unto the Most High, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, as an Israelite, okay? Have I any pleasure at all that the wicked should die, said the Most High, and not that he should return from his ways and live. But when the righteous turned away from his righteousness and committed iniquity, so when a righteous man is going to go back into the world, here it is, the truth, okay? And you're going to turn your back onto YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, and do it according to all the abominations that the wicked man doeth, shall he live. All his righteousness that he hath done shall not be mentioned. Okay, so here it is, you are a few years in the truth, and you decide to go back into the world. Everything that you have done was for nothing. Okay, you might turn back into the world, and 1 year later, boom, the Most High comes. Yahawashi comes with the chariots. Everything you have done, even if you've been for 20 years in his truth, it will be nothing. Reading on. In his trespass that he has trespassed, and in his sin that he had sinned, in them shall he die. Yet ye say, the way of the Lord is not equal. Hear now, O house of Israel, is not my way equal? Are not your ways unequal? You see? Let me see. Yeah, because, I actually wanted to grab another thing. Let's go to Revelation also. Because in slavery, right, the so-called white man, Esau, they enslaved us for hundreds of years, right? And they think like, oh, it's all done away with. Yeah, it was a long time ago. They think, so when is their punishment gonna come? Okay, when is their punishment gonna come? After that, they just gonna burn and that's it, like everybody else. This is some bullshit, man. Okay, the Most High doesn't forgive the iniquity that they have done. Okay, he will destroy them. For that they will go into captivity themselves. Okay, here it is, some people say like, oh, those were my ancestors, that was not me, it was a long time ago. Actually it was you, bitch, because you lived a few generations ago, and before that. So it was you that had us in slavery, okay, Jacob, the Israelites. So Revelation 13, starting at verse 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Here's the point. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Okay, so what did the so-called white man do with us? He led us into captivity, right? Slavery. Well, it says here, he shall go into captivity himself. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. So this is what we are waiting for, okay? Because when you die, let's grab a precept in that when you die, you're going to go to the Father, and he's going to give you a judgment, and then you're going to be born again. So this is 2 Esdras 14, verse 35. For after death shall the judgment come, when we shall live again. So you see, you're going to live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifest, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So that we're going to see what's going to happen then. But it says clearly here that you're going to live again. Okay, so there's no turning around from that. You see? There's one thing also in Revelation, talking about the reincarnation again, because YAHAWASHI, he was pierced, right, on the cross. Well, those who did that to him, they're gonna see him again when he returns. Behold, he cometh with clouds. The clouds talking about chariots, so-called UFOs. And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him. So what is that talking about? Those who pierced YAHAWASHI, they are gonna come back, showing you that reincarnation is real, and they're gonna see him coming in the sky. It's gonna be a very scary thing, man. And all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Aman, the wail is not just crying, wail is screaming, screaming from fear, tears falling out your eyes, Hey, that's gonna be horrible. Okay, but anyway, I hope this was edifying, showing you that reincarnation is real. Okay, that you're gonna go to the spiritual world when you die, and you come back to the third or fourth generation on this earth. Okay, so with that, I want to give all praises and highest honor to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Double honors to my elders and apostles and teachers of great millstone, and peace and salutation to the sincere Akim across the world who are spreading this knowledge in truth and sincerity. May the election be upon your households. Khan. Shalom.